What's up everybody, Jose here. If you haven't noticed from the intro or our last video, we are now part of the ScrewTech network. It's the gaming network to the full screen network. It's like how Polaris is to makers. And we're really excited about this. So in order to celebrate, we've decided to use all the assets we have and do a countdown as a team, except for Bree.
You had to put it down.
And James behind the camera.
What's up?
Of our favorite GameCube games. Now there are a couple of rules. Rule number one game per series.
Rule number 2, it had to be a GameCube exclusive. It was ported after the GameCube, that's fine, but it couldn't have been ported to the GameCube. So no games like Sonic Adventure 2.
Sorry. And rule number 3, this isn't a best-selling list. This is our favorite games that we've played. That being said, we were kids when the GameCube came out, so a lot of good games aren't going to make the list. Yeah, sorry about that. But let's start the countdown. On the box, Kirby Air Ride appears to be your standard racing game, but with Kirby. It does have 2 different modes that are almost exactly that, though the real fun is playing the City Trial mode with a bunch of friends. In City Trial, you have to find a star vehicle and get power-ups to increase the star's stats in a short amount of time, after which you're hurled into a minigame. It could be gliding base, battle mode, or just a straight up racing minigame. Unless the game gives you a hint, you won't know. Either way, it usually comes down to the star with the best stats. City Trial may seem like a giant collectathon, but there's a dash of Battle Arena in there too. Rivals can pick up power-ups that can make them have offensive abilities and can completely wreck your star, making you start all over. God damn it, Gene!
Get wrecked.
Whoa. Don't stop the video. Yes, we know Star Fox Adventure got quite a bit of hate for not being a classic Star Fox game. The game did have short sections of classic gameplay. Most of it, however, was, for lack of a better word, Zelda-ish. And we liked it. For some of us, this was the first Star Fox game we ever played, and the game is still fun to us to this day. It isn't a game that you want to replay immediately, but the journey is still fun.
What?
Luigi's Mansion was also criticized for being unlike any classic Mario game. Instead of a platformer, it's more of a puzzle adventure game where Luigi basically had to become a Ghostbuster. The game is super short. It's possible to beat it within a day. Once you beat it, there's a hidden mansion that essentially is a new game plus since it has tougher ghosts and a stronger vacuum, though it's not really worth a second playthrough. Even so, this was one of the very first games most people played on the GameCube since it basically came out at launch. It's interesting to see how the game plays, and it was nice to play as Luigi and save Mario for the first time. No, that doesn't count. As kids, we didn't know about that game, and we wish we still didn't know! Animal Crossing has a strange concept. You live your life in a game. I personally didn't understand it as a kid, but I still got hooked on the GameCube version. It was a lot of fun living a life where you could find fossils, go fishing anytime, bug hunting, and having neighbors that aren't complete dicks. Just lazy as hell. Even paying your mortgage was fun, since the moment it gets paid off you get a bigger house that you could decorate the way you want. The GameCube version was the start of a great series that eventually moved to handheld, then back to console, and then back to handheld where we think it should stay. You remember the game of Pac-Man? How about making a multiplayer? That's the basic concept of Pac-Man Versus. Designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, this game is a lot of fun with friends. Mostly because you can't play without them. It's one of the few games that uses the Game Boy Advance connector. One player played as Pac-Man on the handheld, while everyone else uses GameCube controllers and plays as the Ghost on TV. Wait a minute, one person has to use a controller that has a screen on it, while the others have a controller and have to use the TV as their screen. If only there was a console that was out today that used almost the exact same setup, we could have a sequel to this game. Yeah, there's nothing that popular. The 4th installment in the Mario Kart series, Mario Kart Double Dash, introduced some new elements to the series. This was the first where you could choose what kind of kart you can drive, and the karts had different stats in speed, acceleration, and control. The most obvious change is, of course, how 2 characters are on a kart. While the single player mode works very similar to standard Mario Kart, the multiplayer was kinda different. You can race against each other in versus mode, or 2 players could work together to become the best, with one player being the driver, and the player in the back taking care of items, help with drifting, and punching other racers. It's a lot of fun, and working together is essentially a trust fall for games. You have to hope your partner is good at their role.
God damn it, Gene.
I'm not your partner.
You threw the damn red shell.
Actually, that was me.
Get wrecked.
The series of Pikmin was introduced on the Gamecube. It was home to the first and second game, which both were really good. It's a mix of strategy and real-time action that you didn't really see too often on console. We said only one per series, and this was a tough choice, but in the end, we went with the first Pikmin. When Captain Olimar's ship is destroyed, he has 30 days to collect 30 pieces of his ship to get back home. If he fails, his life support system goes out and he can die. Each day only lasts about 17 minutes. This sense of urgency and time limit not only gave us more of a reason to play, it made it more challenging. While the second game isn't as challenging, both games are just as fun. After the amazing Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time and slightly disturbing Majora's Mask, what was the next epic adventure game for the hero of time? Wind Waker. The feeling we got from Wind Waker was something different from other Zelda games. It was one where we could get on our boat and say, "Set sail for adventure!" not knowing what will we find venturing through the Great Sea. As stories go, if you played one Zelda game, you kinda played them all. But that doesn't change the great gameplay. Not to mention the beautiful cel-shading graphics, backed with great music that still holds up to this day. Okay, you knew Super Smash Bros. Melee was gonna be on this list somewhere. I mean, we seem like 4 really good friends, but to be honest, at the end of the day, we sort of hate each other. This fighting game is right down our alley. Melee was the sequel to the original Smash on the N64, and it was amazing. This game was a lot of fun to play with friends, and even playing by yourself was cool since it did have an adventure mode and helps you unlock new characters. There's not much that we can say that hasn't been said about Melee. More stages than the original, better mechanics, more characters, and just overall a lot of fun. Actually, that's just about all we can say. While Smash is a lot of fun, the thing is, the adventure mode only keeps you occupied for a short time, and the fun only really continues if you had friends to play it with, something some of us really didn't have as kids. Super Mario Sunshine was a great game to play solo. Yeah, we had Luigi's Mansion on the list, but we consider it part of a different series, especially since the 3DS sequel came out. Sunshine had elements of classic Mario platforming with new cool gameplay mechanics. It's considered to be one of the hardest Mario games, yet it's really easy to pick up and play. You had a game that was not only bright and colorful and sounded great, but a game that could keep you playing for days. Super Mario Sunshine is that timeless game that just keeps us revisiting the Gamecube. Well everybody, that's our personal favorite Gamecube games, but we do want to hear what you guys think. Tell us your favorite Gamecube game in the comments down below. Also, we're really excited for this partnership, and we can't wait to see what the future holds.
Now, if you just excuse us for a minute, we have a little bit of a score to settle.
Wait, no, Emilio!
Get wrecked.
Hey everybody, I want to quickly say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it and share it with your friends. If you want to get updated on when our next video comes out, you can follow us on Twitter or like us on Facebook. You can also take a look at our latest video, which is a professional review of Always Sometimes Monsters, or our latest atypical review of some party game. Thanks again. See ya.